But
All right, hello everybody. This is Wes Walker. 3 points of Wes Walker again. I have my first esteemed guest of the show. You're the inaugural guest, actually. So you're
hey,
my first
it's
esteemed
an
guest.
honor.
Yeah. Kaleb Ivanoff. Did I say that correctly?
You got it, man.
All right. So you can go ahead and show the jersey, Phoenix Suns fan. Kaleb and I go way back, probably 2009, 2010. We were former colleagues in the military and the Army. We met at Fort Polk, Louisiana. So I'll go, Kaleb, I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit and tell the people your sports background, like who's your teams, who you represent, where you're from. What do you think about the sports world?
Sure thing, Wes. Well, first of all, thanks for bringing me on, man. It's an honor to be the first one. We go way back. We always have heated debates on the internet. So I just want to get here and do it to your face now. But man, just same thing. Military background. Always been a big fan of sports and love to talk about it. Love to stay connected with my former brothers in arms, and just happy to join in here. I'm a Arizona everything. I'm repping the Valley right now. It's been 11 years since we've been able to rep the Valley right now, since the Suns made the playoffs. So it's a lot of passion and excitement around the Suns right now. But I also love the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals, the Coyotes. We follow the Coyotes, and for college, I'm actually Oregon Ducks everything. For some odd reason, I was born in Oregon. I went to ASU, but just grew up going to the games out in Austin, and so college basketball and football, big on that too. So those are my squads. But yeah, it's Suns and Cardinals for the most part.
That's awesome, man. So the first point I guess we can talk about then is just your Phoenix Suns. They just knocked off my guy LeBron and the Lakers. Now they moved on to the next round. You probably keep up with the local area there. What's going on with Chris Paul's injury? Like, are they talking about how he's doing? Is he doing a lot better? What's his injury going to be looking like moving forward?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a problem. At first, I was kind of thinking it was a stinger, but I don't think so. Not the way it was re-aggravated. A lot of the guys I follow on Twitter, it looks like it's probably some type of subluxation or dislocation. The good news is it's something you can play through. It's just about pain management as he goes forward, and I don't think it's a real range of motion issue per se. You can tell because he's able to make his shots when he feels right. You can tell he can do it. It's just a matter of managing the pain, and I guess in that aspect is limiting him a little bit. But it's tough, man. The guys just the worst luck when it comes to injuries in the playoffs, and but that's just how it goes, man. You've seen it with AD. We're playing a team in the Nuggets who are missing Jamal Murray. This happens in the league, man. So you just got to weather it, move on, and keep going. He played big minutes in the game 6 there to put away the Lakers, fighting through pain. So it's just going to be a grind. It's tough because if he's 100%, I think they're absolutely a finals contender. But I think it's going to be something he's going to deal with. He'll probably get aggravated at some point in the next series, maybe be limited the next game. So his points are going to go up and down. He'll probably get 16, 18 one game, and then back down to 6 and 8, how he was in the last game.
All right, so yeah, that's all good stuff, man. And I'm gonna challenge your objectivity right now because your boy Devin Booker, man, he's definitely a killer. So right now, where are you ranking him in the league as far as top players? You got him top 5, top 10, and I just want to see how objective you can be.
I can't go top 5.
Okay.
It's tough, man. This is a new league now. The young guys I think are really starting to show it, watching like Donovan Mitchell, watching Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Luka just single-handedly pretty much taking on the Clippers with PG and Kawhi right now. I think that Booker's getting really close as these older guys kind of taper down. I think he's gonna enter that top 10 picture. I think he's probably sitting right outside it right now. It's just too many great shooters in the league still playing at an extremely high level. When LeBron's right, he's top dog. And then you've got a team of guys in the Nets with some of the greatest shooters ever, but they're getting old, man. So Devin's right there, man. His defensive game is getting better as he goes, and that's going to be the big thing for him. If he's going to be a top 10 player, I think he's just got to elevate on the defensive side. Everyone likes to compare him to Kobe Bryant, a young Kobe Bryant. I think that's a little overzealous. I love the comparison because I loved Kobe's game and I loved how ruthless he was and everything. And I think Devin has a lot of that mentality. I just think that he's got to dedicate more time to his defensive game, and he can get there.
Oh man, yeah, that's good. And I'm impressed. I feel like that was a really objective answer. I was expecting you to say top 5 already, but you did a good job.
I can't. Right. I got some other hot takes. But I'm not going to go crazy on Booker, man.
Hey, yeah, we can say that for next time, man. Hopefully this can be the first of a few. So we'll say that for next time with your Phoenix Suns. We'll move on to point 2. So point 2, the Lakers. We talked about the Lakers a little bit earlier. Obviously they got knocked out. This is as a LeBron fan, it was disappointing for me, but I kind of saw the writing on the wall, especially when AD got hurt. You know, I kind of knew it was coming, so it's not really that big of a surprise or a shock or anything.
Really?
What's your take on the Lakers?
I thought it was pretty. I was shocked, man. I was a little worried. I was pretty worried about that series, even without Anthony Davis. When you look at the complexion of the Lakers compared to last year, from a roster perspective, I thought they were a much better roster and a much deeper roster than they were last year. They lost Rondo, they lost Dwight Howard, but those guys were kind of just. I feel like they were just kind of spark plug guys. You bring in Dennis Schroeder, Trez Harrell, Marc Gasol. I mean, just guys who are like real players, man, and like role players who can do a lot of things. I was shocked, man. I don't know if it was a Vogel issue, but he just didn't seem to use his team that well. I mean, when you've got guys like Gasol, Drummond, that kind of depth with the bigs, it just I don't know, man.
But that's the thing. I think the problem with you guys was Ayton kind of, I don't say he canceled out Drummond, but Ayton played really well. And he's such a big guy. He sort of like, that was the main advantage that the Lakers had on a lot of teams. When you got Drummond and AD and Gasol coming off the bench, they just overwhelm guys with their length and their size. But with Ayton, you know, and he's got young legs still, so he was able to probably play a lot of minutes against those guys. So he kind of offset the advantage they have in the middle. And I think when you take that advantage away with the Lakers, you could, you know, other holes start to pop up. You could see the deficiencies in other areas. And Dennis didn't play. He just didn't play. He didn't play very well. AD got hurt. Once AD got hurt, I mean, I pretty much knew it was over. You say you were a little worried, but I didn't think you had much to worry about. LeBron is still LeBron, but he's older. I just don't think he has the energy level. Like he just can't carry a team for 42 minutes like he used to be able to. He can give you spurts and everything, but I just think Book was too much.
I got a little hot at LeBron during the season. That happens when you're a fan and you're watching the other team play. But I've been a LeBron fan for a really long time, man. And I got to tell you, it's hard to watch him hesitate to attack because we're just so used to seeing that. And it's tough, man. You kind of feel for the guy a little bit. But my one hot take about the Lakers is I honestly think like another great superstar in the league that we were talking about before the show, I think he might have won his last finals and we don't even know it yet.
It's possible, but you know, this is my hope. I hope this happens. It's probably not going to happen, but Steph Curry needs to come to the Lakers, man. He's a free agent now. He did not sign his extension, which kind of indicates he may be interested in looking around. I don't think there's any indications he would consider that, but hey, I think something like that would need to happen for them to get another one.
I agree with you 100%. Something like that's going to happen, but the issue the Lakers are going to have is with money, and I just don't think a guy like Steph or Dame or
I think DeMar Rosen is available too. I think he's unrestricted. I think he is as well. I think he'll be a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, a good wing player would be really key for the Lakers, I think. Or obviously, you know, like a floor general like Chris Paul or Kyle Lowry. A lot of people are saying that they, you know, I don't know if you heard the news, but Chris Paul's been he's basically, they're saying he's going to decline his player option for next year, which is like 44 mil. That's no surprise to any Suns fans. I think that was just kind of put out there to stir up some drama.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised. I had saw that on I think social media, Facebook or something, but I didn't know if it was legit. I'm like 44 million. I don't know why you would turn that down, but
yeah, he's turning it down to make less money. But he wants a multi-plan for the Suns to give him a multi-year deal. He wants 3 years over 100, so he's probably going to make in the he's probably going to be making in the 30s instead of making 44 next year. So that's a good deal for the Suns, and it's a good deal for Chris apparently. So I think he's back here. It's just crazy when you hear. It's just funny, all the super team mentality. Anytime a player becomes supposedly available, the Lakers or the Nets or one of these big market teams instantly say, come to LA. It's like, you don't have the money to pay 3 year $100 million to Chris Paul, my man. They can barely keep Dennis Schroeder on the roster. So the big thing for the Lakers, if they can get Kyle Lowry to take like a better minimum just to come win a ring. The problem is you just saw what happened to the Lakers, and I understand that Anthony Davis is injured, but there's a lot of questions. Is LeBron that guy anymore? And that's when I think these other stars might be hesitant to come play with this team. Now you've got teams like in the West with like the Jazz with Donovan Mitchell, the Suns with Booker, Luka with the Mavericks. You just got so many young stars. Those are, I think, the guys who are going to attract some of those some of those veterans looking to catch a ring towards the end of their career. Maybe not so much LeBron. So because of that, I'm going to just call it right now. I don't think LeBron's going to win another championship. I think he's done, man.
Wow, that's a pretty good take. I think if Anthony Davis can stay healthy, they do have a chance, but I wouldn't be surprised if that will be the case. All right, We'll close that one out. So third point, so last point of the segment, NFL predictions. I know you're a big NFL fan as well. Sorry if you hear a lot of noise. My family just got back home. My son probably going to come up here and
I don't hear anything, but
jump on my head or something. So the last point, so NFL predictions. So what do you think is going to happen? You got any big predictions, or what are you looking forward to this upcoming season?
Well, I'm a big NFL guy. That's my thing, always been. And so for the last 2 years, I'll start by saying this: I picked the Super Bowl champion the last 2 years correctly.
Before the season started.
Yeah, before the season started.
You picked Tampa Bay.
I picked Tampa Bay, and I bet Tampa Bay, and that was a big win for me. I knew it. I just knew it. Brady had the cast there, and the NFC is just weak, and it still is. I wouldn't be surprised if the Buccaneers went right back to the Super Bowl. But yeah, I picked. I knew Mahomes was going to get his after going out that first one to Tom Brady. Once Tom Brady was out of the AFC, I knew Mahomes was going all the way.
Are you ready to make that pick right now? You need to see a little bit more what happens before the season starts.
I think Mahomes is good to go. I think it's going to be Patrick. I think Patrick Mahomes will win back-to-back Super Bowls in the next 2 years.
Wow.
And potentially more.
Assuming health, right?
Well, obviously, always assuming health. Yeah, the AFC's tough. There's some teams, but when you look at the teams that are going to compete with them, Baltimore, Buffalo, those are kind of the teams I look at. I just don't see that they've done anything to really improve on their position from last year to get over that hump and beat them. And maybe the Browns would be another team. The Browns would be the one team that I would say could surprise and make a run to the Super Bowl because they play a different brand of football. And if they can play within their game and take because they play a very grinding,
old school running
long
the ball.
drives, old school style with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. If they can take, and they did it when they played the Chiefs, but Mahomes was injured and there was a lot going on there. But they did show some flashes that they could probably beat them. So it's the Browns to me has got the best chance. But when you got the Buffalo Bills, you're basically doing the same thing, just worse. You got Diggs, you got some pieces, but I think they're the same kind of offense, just not as high level. So I just think it's Mahomes for the next couple of years, and then the NFC is going to be fun, man, because Brady's just father time. As Breeze steps out, Rodgers, who knows what conference he'll even be in? Probably not the NFC. You were talking about your stuff. I'll let you get to that, but. There's going to be a lot of young guys coming in. You got Trey Lance in San Francisco, Kyler Murray in Arizona. That's my boy. That's my squad.
We got to see what Justin Fields does. I don't even know. Is he going to start in Chicago? I don't know. But we'll have to see what he's going to start.
It's Andy Dalton. Come on, man.
They may want to sit him for a year behind the vet. They do that a lot.
All those first round rookies are going to be starting by week 5, man. The guys, the incumbent guys are not going to hold them off. They're just not. I mean, we already know Trey Lance is starting, and we know Zach Wilson for the Jets. He's gonna be starting. Who knows?
And you just said something. You know what? I feel like people need to start putting a little bit more respect on Andy Dalton's name. All right.
What?
When he was with Cincinnati, he was decent. He got them to the playoffs multiple times. He never like won a Super Bowl. But why does everybody, when they say Andy Dalton, they act as if he's like some scrub? He's a very serviceable NFL quarterback that won a lot of games and led his team to the playoffs multiple times. That's like more than Kirk Cousins can say, or a guy like that.
All right. I hear you, man. I hear you. I don't know. Maybe it's a Cincinnati thing, because I remember Carson Palmer went through a similar kind of.
He did, and he put up decent numbers, decent seasons, playoffs a couple of times. But people
and then he came to Arizona, and I was like, this guy's a bum. And then he came in and he played really well, took us to the NFC Championship. So maybe it's just a Cincinnati thing. I don't know, man. But you're right. Maybe I got to put a little more respect on the Red Rifle, man.
I'm telling you, man, he can throw that thing around. All right, so yeah, that's good, man. And I guess the only prediction I would say I would have is with the Aaron Rodgers saga. I'm pretty close to it here because I live right on the border of Illinois, Wisconsin. And I work in Wisconsin, so we hear a lot about Aaron Rodgers and what he's going to do. And they're definitely at a stalemate right now. I think he's going to take the Peyton Manning route and finish out his last few years in Denver. And I think if he does that, man, it'll be real interesting to see what happens. And then, I'm trying to think of the receivers they have off the top of your head. Do you know? I'm trying to think of the weapons he would have out there.
They've got one of the best young wide receiver cores. You got Cortland Sutton.
Don't they got Judy? Don't they have the Judy kid?
Jerry Judy is in year 2. They've got Cortland Sutton. They've got Noah Fant, who's a 3-year tight end out of Iowa. I think he's a breakout candidate. Yeah, there's a lot of young talent in Denver if he can come in and do it. And I was shocked, to be honest, that Denver didn't draft Justin Fields. They kind of passed on him, and that was a huge surprise to me. I have no faith in Drew Lock at all. I watched him play a lot last year. I just don't think he's not gonna be a quarterback in this league very long. I just don't think he's got it. But Aaron Rodgers, that's a good call, man. I never even thought of it, to be honest. But linking him up with John Elway out in Denver, that could be a move.
It'd be a real good move. Well, all right, man, that pretty much sums it up, man. I really appreciate it. You got some really good insight. I'm really glad we did this. Once again, man, hopefully it's the first of a few or many that we can do. And if you have anything going on, you got anything going on you want to let the people know about? You told me you have you thinking about a podcast or anything like that?
Yeah, nothing right now. We'll keep it up, but I got it on my Twitter page. You can follow me on my Twitter page. It's at Kaleb _FF. And that's for fantasy football. Most of my content is fantasy football. You're gonna see a lot of Sun stuff right now because that's what's going on in the Valley. But normally I'm focused on fantasy football. So if that's what you're into, I would love come take a follow. And I've got some articles I write too.
Definitely, man. All right. Well, until next time, brother, I appreciate it. And I hope the family as well. I know you said you got young kids like I do, so don't let them tire you out too much, man. Just hydrate and do what you can.
That's right, man.
Take naps. That's
right.
all you gotta do. Take naps. As a dad, that's all we can do. Take naps when we can and hope for the best.
That's right, my brother. Well, I appreciate it, man. One more time for the
Valley. That's what. Okay, good job. Thanks for rubbing it in. I appreciate it. All right, man. I'll talk to you next time, man.
All right. See ya.
All right, bye.